here's looking at you. Even if I was looking at you, I never would have saw how that was done anyway. But...
It's magic. Remember, this is a magical house, and anything in it can become magical if you just believe.
You mean, this apple's magical?
I can do a very magical illusion with that apple. But first, Debbie, can I borrow your handkerchief, please? Yeah, I can put that down, Cherish. There we go. Okay, and I'd like you to take this handkerchief, and so that you'll recognize it when you see it again, perhaps you could just sign it right across the top of the handkerchief there.
No autographs, please. Just kidding.
Okay, you just take the pen, write your name right across there, and so we'll recognize the handkerchief when we see it again. There we go. I'm going to do something so miraculous, I want you to all know the handkerchief. There we go. I can recognize that. That's your signature. Okay. Now, here we go with the apple. Bruce, I'm just going to take the apple and this little apple core here. I'm not going to core the apple. I'm going to put the core right through the center of the apple and make kind of a hole right through there like that.
You know, speaking of apples, I used to work at a ballet company where the director was so mean to the girls.
Really? Oh, really?
Yeah. Really? He was rotten to the core.
Not even magic can help that joke. Here, Cherish, you hold on to that. Now, there's the magic scarf. The first thing we're going to do is take the little apple here. Don't eat it. Good. Put it right down there. You can see the hole right through the center. And I'm going to fold it up into a little package. Now, Anne, you hold on to the napkin, hold it up in the air like that. And now I'm going to get to the second part. This is the part I put the handkerchief in a safe place so that I won't lose it. La-dee-da-dee-da-da. Get it all down in there. Watch. It's gone. But there's an old magician's expression that says, a wrapped apple gathers no handkerchiefs. But sometimes, even a magician can be surprised. Look, we'll just rip off the napkin here. Hold on to the apple, Cherish. And look. Is that your signature? Is that your handkerchief? That sure is. You can hold on to that. And I'm going to give Bruce and Cherish here part of an apple. You just enjoy that, okay?
That's totally amazing, but can you do it with a grape?
Well, only if you have a very short name. Did you know that in every house there is an object that is very magical?
Really? What is it?
It's a mirror. A mirror gives you a very perfect illusion. But the thing about mirrors is that the objects reflected in them are just that. They're just illusions. But in my magical house, I can make those illusions become reality.
I think you've been drinking too much of your chocolate milk.
No, it's true. Come with me over to this mirror.
Okay.
Let's start with these pieces of a magazine. Now, we all know that magazines make money, right? Mm-hmm. But I don't think there's ever been a magazine that can make money like this. Watch. Look at that.
I'm impressed.
Well, thank you. Now, Anne, if you just hold this money up to the mirror, I'll show you how you can double your capital without moving a muscle. All we need is a solid plate glass mirror right here. Now, I'm going to try to grab the reflection right off the mirror. Watch.
To think I used to read magazines when I could have been cutting them up and making a fortune.
Unfortunately, it only works in a magic house. But let's see what other wonders are reflected here. The next thing we need is a beautiful magical candle. I just light it, blow on the... And look at that. Changes into a beautiful flower for you. Now, with the magical candle, we can do many mysteries. The first one of which is to pass a solid flame right through the silk handkerchief, leaving it completely unharmed. Anne, you take the candle, hold it right there. I'm going to try to catch the flame right down here in the mirror. They say that things look better by candlelight. If that be the case, now things should look twice as good. Don't you think? Now, I've got an ordinary piece of paper, Anne. Right here.
Nothing you have is ordinary.
Perhaps you're right, but in a magic house, a piece of paper can become a beautiful bird. Look, in the twinkling of an eye.
Yeah, I see that.
Certainly, but you realize, of course, that this bird is just made of paper, correct? It can't really do the things that real birds do.
Why not? I thought you said this was a magical house and anything is possible.
Well, almost anything, but I can't make a paper bird fly, but perhaps this is the next best thing. Watch as I again try to peel the reflection right off the mirror. Oh, look at that. Hello there, my little friend. How are you doing? There are a lot more wonders to behold in the room of the future, so don't wander off.
Is the room of the future behind an open door?
Well, we'll get to that later, but right now let's get ready to leap through time.
I'm ready.
So am I.
I think I'll stay here for a while. Where'd you put that magazine? I want to stay here and cut myself up a fortune.
Doug Henning's World of Magic will return after these messages.
Oh, 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 ice. Oh, oh, ice cold milk and an Oreo cookie. They forever go together with a classic combination. When a dark, delicious cookie meets an icy cold sensation like the one and only creamy, crunchy chocolate Oreo. Keeps your milk from getting lonely. Oh, 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 the one and only
Oreo and Oreo with double stuff from Nabisco.
Hey, guys. What's this, AIM?
That's not AIM, it's new AIM Mint.
AIM Mint sounds pretty fancy.
Hey, this is serious stuff. It's got fluoride like AIM, and it's clinically proven to reduce cavities. And besides, I like the mint taste. And so does Susan.
Susan?
Introducing AIM Mint. Same great cavity-fighting formula with a fresh mint taste. Now there are 2 ways to take aim against cavities. AIM Regular and new AIM Mint.
We now return to Doug Henning's World of Magic.
This is my room of the future. And one of the things that we see here is man's ability to bend the laws of nature to his own will. Sit down here, please, and I'm going to show you some futuristic close-up magic. Now, one of the first laws of nature that we learn is that solids cannot go through solids, right?
Right.
And another one is that 2 objects cannot occupy the same space at the same time.
Well, hold it. Have you ever been to the New York subway at rush hour?
You've got a point there. But aside from that, let me show you how we make our own rules in the room of the future with these 2 decks of cards. Now, you'll notice that these 2 decks of cards occupy the same space at the same time, this center section here. Let's have a look. First, we have a blue pack of cards. Just going to run through here, and we'll just show you some of the blue cards. Now, I'd like to show you that the red deck is occupying exactly the same space. This center section here. Let's have a look now at the red pack of cards. How about that? Good. Now, Bruce, I'm going to take this shuffled pack of cards, and I'd like you to just select any one of the 52 cards as we go along here. Just reach out there and grab any one you want. You want that one. Okay, I'd like you to look at that and show the camera right up there. Show the people at home so they can remember, too. You got that, folks? Okay. Now, Bruce, I'd like you to take your card and just drop it right anywhere you want. Right there. That'll do. Good. Now, when I pulled the red deck out of the box, one of the blue cards kind of snuck along with it. So there's one blue card in this red deck. Let's find the blue card. La-ti-da, there it is right there. Now, Bruce, wouldn't it be amazing if this blue card matched the card you just selected? What was the name of the card?
7 of Hearts.
Look at that. The 7 of Hearts. Isn't that amazing? Now, Cherish, I want you to select a card now. Let's see if you can do some magic, too. I'm just going to run through the deck here. Say stop anywhere.
Stop.
Right there? Look, you said stop right at the 2 of Hearts. Now, in the world of the future, we can bend the laws of nature. Watch as I take the card that Bruce just looked at, and I change it miraculously at the 2 of Hearts. That's kind of some magic from the future here. Now, I'd like to show you something else very miraculous. We need one more card. In fact, we'll take 2 right here to do this. We have the 5 of clubs and the Queen of clubs, okay? Now, I'm going to take the 5 of clubs and fold it kind of lengthwise, back out like that, okay? And then I'm going to take the old Queen of clubs and fold it sort of widthwise like that. Now, the Queen of clubs goes right down inside of the 5 of clubs, okay? And then we take the whole thing and we turn it over. We have kind of a tunnel with the queen of clubs. And the 5 of clubs is going to slide right through the tunnel. Watch, here's what happens. I just take the 5 of clubs and I push it slowly through. Look. Look, the 5 of clubs has turned over. And it now is the reverse way. Look, I'll push it through again. And now they both face the same way again. Now, for a little finale, we're going to only push the 5 of clubs halfway through. Look. Aha. Now the 5 of clubs is half face in and half face out. Hey! Now I'd like to show you one of my favorite little illusions with this 5 of clubs. I'm going to rip it into 4 little pieces here, okay? And we'll assemble the pieces right down here on the table. There we go. Cherish, why don't you move those cards? Hold on to those like that. Now, the only other thing I use besides these 4 little pieces are these little blue pieces of paper. Now, I'm going to magically have the 4 pieces of the 5 of clubs assemble under one of these little cards as I cover them in different ways. I can cover them like that, or like that. Watch. Here goes the first little piece. Did you see that? Look. It went right over there. Not only did it join the other piece, but it actually fused itself onto it. You like that, Cherish? Let's try it again, this time with this piece. Don't worry, it's still there. Here we go. Did you see it go? Well, it did, look. There it is. Now I'm going to do this once more. Here we go. Cover up the last little piece. And look, it's gone. 5 of clubs, all in one piece. Well, thank you. Thank you. Now, Bruce, I'd like you to take this card, and I've got another one down here. I'd like you to do exactly what I'm going to do, okay? Take the card and fold it in half, just like this, in a little kind of a package. There we go. Level it out. Now, I'd like you to tear the center of the card out, just along here. You're going to make kind of a little ring with the card. Okay. There we go. Just tear down here. Found out I could do some very great magic with rings of cards. Aha. There we go. And just tear the center out, and we'll be in business. Got it. We got it. Okay. Now just take the center and put it down on the table because you only need the little ring that we have made. Do you have a ring that looks something like that?
I hope so.
Open it up. Okay, good. Now I'd like you to fold it lengthwise and put it down on the table because we're going to do a miracle with your little ring of a card. You got it?
Got it.
Okay. Now what we should have is, like I said, two little rings, 2 little card frames. Now I'm going to put your little frame right down inside of my little frame and fold it once, just like that. Okay. Now, if I just fold it again, you're about to see a miracle that you will remember as long as you live. Watch. We just move it down here to the bottom. And look. Blow on it, Cherish. Amazingly enough, you can see that your card has linked magically right onto my card. And there's absolutely no breaks in the cards. And Bruce, you can keep that, check it every 10 years or so and see that they're still linked. You'll continue to be amazed.
Well, I've learned not to doubt you, that's for sure.
Thank you. Now, Bruce, if you'd be so kind to take this table from the future, past the present, back into the past, which was a present when the present was a future. I'd still appreciate it.
Wait a second, how's that again?
That way.
That's what I thought. You see, that's magic talk. And when you get a little bit older, you'll understand it too.
Is that all the magic in the future room?
Not at all. I'm going to show you some wonderful sights that will amaze you for years and years. These are the celestial spinning rings. Just like the orbits of the planets, they circle constantly without any means of apparent propulsion.
What keeps them going like that?
Faith. Now watch what happens. You know, the only thing a magician ever really does is to ask one question. What's real and what's illusion? For instance, what could be more real than a newspaper? You all know that everything you read in the newspaper is true. Well, look, here's a newspaper, very solid, very real. Now, if I were to tear this paper into shreds, it'd become a torn newspaper, wouldn't it? It would be impossible to put the paper back to its original one piece. Or would it? So they'll recognize this newspaper when you see it again. I'm paging through it. I'd like you to remember some picture or ad from within. Something you'd recognize when you see the paper again. Now the illusion begins. I call this an illusion because I never actually tear the paper at all. The illusion's aided by the fact that it sounds like paper's being torn. In fact, some people even come backstage after the show and say, I could have sworn you tore that newspaper. They are led to believe this by the senses that they've trusted all their lives. By their ears, by their eyes, actually believe that they see separate pieces. But they've been deceived. You see, I haven't actually torn the paper at all. You can't trust your senses. You don't believe me? Well, look.
That may be fine and good for you now, but I want to see you when you get in this tank upside down, Jack. That's what I want to see.
I'm not getting in that now. That's for later, Bill.
What? No, get in the thing now.
No, I'm setting up for some musical entertainment.
You come over here and get in this upside down.
Just keep practicing your rope trick, Bill,
yeah,
okay?
Thank you. You know, Doug, I've been on the show for quite some time now, so what I'd like for you to do is I'd like for you to show me some real stuff, you know?
This is real stuff.
No, Doug, I want some real magic now, you know?
I'm not kidding. This is real magic.
No.
Look, do you want me to show you?
Yeah.
Look, this is something you can help me with.
Go ahead.
I have a pack of 52 playing cards. Look inside. Do you have a favorite card you can see right in there?
Sure.
Good. I'm going to spread the cards out on the table here. I'd like you to run your finger over the cards and stop touching any one of the 52 cards. You got one?
Got
Okay,
it.
keep your finger on it. It's this one right here, right?
Right.
Take that card, look at it, and memorize it. I won't look. Good. Show it to the camera out there.
Okay.
Now take it and tear it in half.
Tearing it
Make
in
sure you
half.
remember what it is. Good. Tear it in quarters and tear it in eighths. Now, Bill, I'm going to take the pieces and I'll put them right down here inside of the envelope. You take the envelope, lick it, and seal it. Make sure the pieces are kept under your watchful eye. That's his favorite part. Bill, do you know what this is?
Yes.
It's a purse frame. It's a little purse with no bag.
Okay.
And yet this purse contains everything. Can you hear anything? Listen, that's enough. Do you know what this is?
Yeah, it's a long brown rabbit with no ears.
No, it's an illusion.
Okay, but is it Havana or domestic?
You do believe in illusions, don't you?
Oh, sure I do. I gotta admit, I'd seen a few I wish I hadn't.
This cigar is for you.
Oh, no, it's not my brand. Not my brand.
I could have sworn that was your brand. Let's just forget the whole thing. Wait a minute. Maybe instead of a cigar, you would like a cigarette. Would you like a cigarette?
Yeah.
Right. Good. Just take it there. Wait a minute. I'm going to show you an illusion with the cigarette. Watch my hands. Hold out your right hand, palm up, please. Good. I'm going to take the cigarette and tear it from the top right down to the bottom. We'll dump all the tobacco right down here into your hand, leaving just a paper shell. Good. Now, Bill, dump the tobacco into my hand. Great. Now take the paper, roll it up into a little ball, and put it right in the center. Take your time. Right on the top there? Good. In the center, watch as a cigarette almost visibly fuses together. And it's all in one piece again. You got that? You know, Bill, I usually do very large illusions, making ladies float in the air. I'm going to do a little tiny illusion now. I'd like you to imagine the cigarette is a beautiful young woman. And I'm going to saw her into three pieces, okay? First her head, then her middle, then her feet. Good. Now, Bill, tell me, how many pieces do you see here? Hard question. Take your time.
Three.
Three. 1, 2, 3. Watch as a woman, almost visibly, fuses together. And it's all in one piece again. It's magic. It's an illusion. In fact, if you don't like 3 pieces, I can take the cigarette and squeeze it just like that and twist it twice, and I get 2 pieces. 1, 2. If you don't like 2 pieces, I can always put it back together again. Would you like the cigarette now?
Yes.
Good. We need some matches. Do you have any matches? Wait a minute. I'll make some with magic. There's some matches. There we go. Just light your cigarette. It's funny about the match, because if I just squeeze it smaller than little, it vanishes. In fact, this whole thing is just an illusion. How's that cigarette you're doing right now? Is it all right?
Yes, fine.
Do you believe in magic now?
Oh, you better believe it.
Well, you know, you should, because magic and comedy are a lot alike. Every time you tell a joke, you're sort of creating an illusion.
Are you trying to say I'm a misdirection?
I'm trying to say that what you do is misdirect the audience's mind. Wait a minute. That's the strangest cigarette.
Huh?
Let's see what's inside. There's something inside right here. Look, it's a playing card. It's a little tiny playing card. What was the name of the card you first selected, Bill?
4 of Hearts.
The 4 of Hearts. Wouldn't it be amazing? What's inside the envelope?
Aha! This is where I got you.
No, just
this is
tear
where
open
I
the
got you,
envelope.
because I've had this. This is the whole thing, see?
Just dump what's inside
Right,
my head.
and there's where the cards are tore up.
It's the tobacco from the cigarette. And the one corner, it matches perfectly. Woo! Now that's real misdirection.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, that was pretty neat. How many magicians are there, would you say, in the world?
Thousands all over.
I was just wondering, because that's probably why rabbits have to multiply so fast. Keep you guys supplied.
For some reason. Bill, I'm going to teach you how to do a little magic.
All right! That's what I've been waiting
Here comes
for.
some magic.
Magic for me.
We each have a rope.
Hello.
Okay? I'm going to teach you the old rope trick.
Just kidding.
Okay, you just take the pen, write your name right across there, and so we'll recognize the handkerchief when we see it again. There we go. I'm going to do something so miraculous, I want you to all know the handkerchief. There we go. I can recognize that. That's your signature. Okay. Now, here we go with the apple. Bruce, I'm just going to take the apple and this little apple core here. I'm not going to core the apple. I'm going to put the core right through the center of the apple and make kind of a hole right through there like that.
You know, speaking of apples, I used to work at a ballet company where the director was so mean to the girls.
Really? Oh, really?
Yeah. Really? He was rotten to the core.
Not even magic can help that joke. Here, Cherish, you hold on to that. Now, there's the magic scarf. The first thing we're going to do is take the little apple here. It's magic. Remember, this is a magical house, and anything in it can become magical if you just believe.
You mean, this apple's magical?
I can do a very magical illusion with that apple. But first, Debbie, could I borrow your handkerchief, please? Yeah, I can put that down, Cherish. There we go. Okay, and I'd like you to take this handkerchief, and so that you'll recognize it when you see it again, perhaps you could just sign it right across the top of the handkerchief there.
Autographs, please.
Yeah, but here's looking at you. Even if I was looking at you, I never would have saw how that was done anyway. But...
Don't eat it. Good. Put it right down there. You can see the hole right through the center. And I'm going to fold it up into a little package. Now, Anna, you hold on to the napkin, hold it up in the air like that. And now I'm going to get to the second part. This is the part I put the handkerchief in a safe place so that I won't lose it. La-di-da-di-da-da. Get it all down in there. Watch.